then on top of that, nigga, if you ain't finna go out here and handle your own wax, I'll stand with you, but the fuck you coming to get me and you my age? No, nigga, you better be out there on the front, you know what I'm saying? Let me know you don't bust this nigga head first. Right. Then I'll be out there with you.
Try to at least.
Yeah, what the fuck you talking about, coach?
What we gonna do, bro?
Nah, nigga, what, I know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And go back to knowing who you are. You know, it's a reason why they tried you and didn't try me. Right. They know what I'm gonna do. You see what I'm saying? That what created the G-Child, the boss, the hustler, the mentality, you know what I mean? Just keeping it all the way gusto. That was the move right there.
All about,
man, just all the way real. Nothing in between, no sometime, part-time, that shit all the way gusto. That shit gusto eve, it's a celebration of life. It's just, hey, keeping it solid, man, for sure. Yeah. This is what 2300 tell you right now. I'm just doing that move and like real father, like real son. And
look, boy, they hopping out. Mount Juliet basketball. I'm here, folks. What fuck Mount Juliet?
Yeah.
Fuck Mount Juliet. Like, who is these niggas? So he don't never do no shit like that. Don't come to nobody good at a sporting event and make yourself announce you not from here. Like,
right.
Nah, just hoop, do your thing, and be low key. Like, ain't no superstar type shit. Can't kick in. The ball rolled by my feet. I picked it up, binked them in the face with it. Ooh. So I'm thinking I'm finna, you feel? I'm trying to get the dude. Boom, I get slumped. Everything calmed down. But like my nigga, he get his shit split. We out there scrapping. He get his shit split. The nigga, bro, that basically was the reason we had even got into it because he was putting on this show. But he at the. I'm thinking the whole time. I'm like, oh yeah, just I'm gonna let everybody know. You a bitch.
You know.
Damn, homie.
My God, I can't even.
In Mount Juliet, you was the man, homie. That's what the fuck happened to you. Yeah. You know, it's a reason why they tried you and didn't try me. Right. They know what I'm gonna do. You see what I'm saying?
Welcome to the Future Classics Podcast. I'm your host, MAXX, and I'm here with my man, Manny Pacquiao. They try to box him in, but somebody beat them charges like Rocky. Also got my homegirl with me, Alex, aka Hip Hop. And we chilling today. We got somebody in the house that's very dope, very, very truthful. Somebody who's, you know, just pure off sheer will is gonna be here in 20 years, just off of his grind and dedication. And that's not even mention the talented or the drive that he has behind all of that. We got somebody here who's well respected throughout the Nashville, Tennessee area because, of course, you know, this is trying to be Nashville's #1 music podcast. And we thank you for everything you're doing, subscribing, viewing, and liking. No further ado, man, we got G-Child the boss with us. What's happening, champ?
What's happening with you, man?
I appreciate you being here.
Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely, man. So, you know, right off the top, you know, talk a little bit about your early life. That's how we gonna go with it. You know, you was born across seas due to the military, moved over here in Nashville when you was 1.
Yeah.
And, you know, shifted around a little bit and you got to rapping at 12 years old, correct?
Yeah, that's about right.
What was the influences at that point in time? What did the G-Child the Boss record sound like at 12?
There wasn't no records then. It was shit. I was on, you know what I'm saying? I was on the little bitty ass, the handheld recorders.
The tape recorders?
Yeah, little tape recorders, man. You know, I'm an 80s baby, so yeah, I had the tape recorders. That was just pretty much, you know, just trying to figure out what I was doing. Pretty much at 12 years old, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to play around with it and, yeah, you know, influenced by people like NWA and, you know, he was my guy, you know what I'm saying? So I was watching certain shit like that and just taking over pretty much the West Coast type of swag and fucking with that. Yeah, so yeah, I was like influenced by those type of rappers and shit.
Easy, he played a role in your life, even up to, in your career, even up to now. You know, some of that stuff that you still put out is very West Coast bouncy, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
so moving on from there, so you know started. What you say you was originally from Andrew Jackson, which was down the road from Joe Johnson. What is Joe Johnson for somebody who don't know that ain't from Nashville? This era of Nashville.
Man, Joe Johnson is a historical icon. Man, if you would say, what's the project in Chicago? They got Cabrini Green. Yeah, like that was.
You mentioned in the record.
Yeah, man, what Cabrini Green was to Chicago, that's what Joe Johnson is to Nashville. Yeah,
sheesh.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Manny, I told him about that line the other day. He was like, "What you talking about, Joe Johnson?" He was like, "Yeah, you right there." You know, being from Chicago, Cabrini Green was on the north side, very infamous projects that had all kinds of crazy shit going on. What was your first experience hearing about Joe Johnson?
When I first moved down here, that was like the first hood that I was kind of like, had even heard about. North, you know what I'm saying, North Nashville. Yeah. Just like everything that was going on around there. You know, as longer I had stayed around, that's when I started hearing about the other side. But now North was the first hood I was hearing about when I first came down here.
Yeah. Joe Johnson is that's North Nashville to you?
Yeah. No, that's definitely North side. I mean, you get
downtown.
Nah, you get to a point where you hear the newscast. They used to always say it was a shooting in West Nashville and John Henry Hill homes and all that old shit.
Which was the name of the neighborhood, right?
Yeah,
Joe Johnson is the street.
Yeah, Joe Johnson is the street, but yeah, it's Joe Johnson Project, but John Henry Hill, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, they would always give it to call it the West Side type shit. You know what I'm saying? But the West Side, it is
going out west though, right? Because you keep on Charlotte.
Yeah. You got to West Side projects and shit, but yeah, it's 40 block, you know what I'm saying?
Like White Bridge Road, right?
Yeah. That's the West Side, but Joe Johnson, that's North Side though.
Right.
North Side. Projects on the North Side, Joe Johnson, Andrew Jackson, Cheatham Projects, you know, that's North Side.
Right. What's that? Farmers Market, you know, that area. You could tell, man, you know, anybody that listens to G Child the Boss is gonna know firsthand Joe Johnson is something that plays a background, you know, like a heartbeat to your music almost.
Yeah. So
right.
Joe Johnson was pretty much like, you know, early childhood, lived in Andrew Jackson Projects, but that was nothing like Joe Johnson. Like that was just baby especially back in the day, but it was like elementary, kindergarten type shit. But when I got into my teenage years and had to go start living there, like that what created the G Child, the boss, the hustler, the mentality, you know what I mean, just keeping it all the way gusto. That was the move right there.
I was about to say Joe Johnson, that's gusto Eve, right?
Yeah, that's gusto Eve.
What does that mean for somebody who
man, just all the way real. Nothing in between, no sometime, part-time, that shit all the way gusto. That shit gusto Eve, it's a celebration of life. It's just keeping it solid, man, for sure. Yeah.
Cutthroat.
Yeah. Cutthroaters. Yeah, man, that we picked that shit up with Slow Slim left off at.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cutthroaters, you know, without getting too detailed, but there's a couple of guys that love the name of Cutthroat and the Soulja Slim movement, you know what I'm saying? It was more of a like, yo, the West Coast was cool because there was that type of you know, shit going up in the 80s, but you know, with No Limit, Cash Money and all that shit, but the Soulja Slim was the grimy nigga that pretty much that we related to, that feel like, yeah, now we got our own. That was our down south version of the grimy storytelling type shit, and he Cutthroat Committee, and we came and pushed that line with him, you know what I'm saying? Especially after he died, it was more of like paying homage type shit.
When did No Limit come into you? When did you start catching them records?
Shit, No Limit, you couldn't miss No Limit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter, No Limit was everywhere. Oh shit, we just caught that shit when that shit died, when it hit. Same time everybody else did, man. You know, everybody wanted to be.
No Limit of Cash Money for you.
You know what? To be real, I wouldn't even make a choice, man. Just be real, because shit, they both had influence.
Absolutely.
They both had influence, and then especially with you know how Nashville always been behind the scene and been tied into hip hop. They always been tied in. You know, Nashville played a big part of Cash Money Records. So
you're right, because that's what Buck was talking about. Yeah.
So you can hear his story. He'll tell you a lot of that shit true. But see, as far as just elaborating on Nashville, period, if you had to describe us, we was always almost that close type of city. And when I say this, because shit, you got to think about it, man. Honestly, y'all heard of a dude named Pistol from out west, you know, OG. Nigga had it. He had music. He had the 6-folds and everything playing way back then. You know, when it wasn't, it's cheap to buy a video. Nigga was spending real budgets on the video. He had that shit down here. And in my personal opinion, I feel like that. I really feel like Nashville was almost what Atlanta is now. We could have been that had Pistol took off in that career before Eazy-E had died. Cause you know he had signed him. Yeah. Eazy-E had signed Pistol. And you know, from that album I believe 6'4", riding my 6'4". So yeah, he had that deal, and like people from Nashville know that. But yeah, he was on his way, man. And you know, with fortunate death for Eazy-E, Nashville almost made it. Had to take that back scene. Of course, back scene until Buck was able to have to go outside the city and do what he did for himself. So yeah.
I never heard it the whole time I've been down.
I
mean, you know, Pistol.
Look up. I think Pistol 6'4" maybe his Instagram. Don't quote me on it, but look up Pistol. Charleston White even shouted out. He got his real urge, like his buzz, because Pistol used to always share his video on Instagram. Now he had a real big following. Now at the end of the day, now Pistol, I think somebody reported his page, so he had to start over. But he got still a strong following to this day. But understand his original page, and he got a backup page now. But his original page had a hell of a lot of followers in it. And Charleston White really got his bump on that. Y'all can research that, look that up. He gonna have a video giving Pistol a shout out. Named Pistol Gordon.
I always associated Pistol for some reason with paper. City Paper.
Yeah, even out west. Both of them out west. You know what I'm saying?
That was kind of like you know, you heard of City Paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes back a little bit of ways too, like Pistol. But
yeah. Now Pistol was before paper.
Yeah.
For sure. Pistol for real big homie in the city. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying he was right there at the age of Dr. Dre's and he was in that platform. Yeah. He was there.
And that's
so we would have had that shit way back when, to be all the way honest. Ain't no telling if he would have got that drive or he would have gotten the dough. They might have not even just called it country music or just Music City, because I'm pretty sure he would have gotten the dough, opened up doors for other artists, and it would have been a different type of look.
I'm trying to think around that time who was some Southern artists that were out.
Outkast.
I know this. It
no,
be always
easy.
Yeah. No. What's the guy? Doc. DLC. DLC was to me was the only up down south.
What about
and Scarface? Yeah, them was the guys.
Oh yeah,
so he would have been right there in that time frame. You know what I mean?
That
would have changed everything, man. And a lot of people, you know, they sweep that shit under the rug, but real shit. If to know your city and know your history, yeah, that was the thing right there, man. Yeah. So we know that. Yeah, we know that.
You ever bump shoulders with him?
Nah, I never actually I never met Pistol face to face. I never had. He don't live in Nashville anymore.
Word.
Yeah, I think he live in Atlanta right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
You ever thought about making a move like that?
What's that?
Moving to Atlanta. You know,
I'm not against moving anywhere if it's a check in that motherfucker.
I mean, like to further your career, but absolutely.
Nah, man, cause you know, this ain't really just a passion for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more of to be honest, man, it's just been more of a calling back. It's like I still realized I had a little bit more fuel in the gas tank, man, and it was like shit. People really. They miss my music and it fucked me up. They miss that shit. They don't get the same energy. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is I'm pushing with Sun, man. I'm pushing with 2300 Tay right now. I'm just doing that move and
y'all got asking about you.
Yeah, it was just that mixtape that we had, the like real father, real son, and that motherfucker be out here shortly. But it's just that. And then of course end up doing that Get Even remix and that back end, yeah. So when we jump back out on that shit, like
no,
calling for this.
What about you know guys from your neighborhood that rapping as well? You know y'all not a group, but it's like y'all like an unofficial group.
Yeah. Who you want to?
I mean, you got C Mafia, it's cats that I seen in your videos. Grenade.
Yeah, Young Grenade Strap.
Yeah,
Joe Johnson Ratchet, my guy.
Mookie, who we was talking about earlier, Mook.
Mook go by Hard Liquor Shorty now. It's Hard Liquor Shorty.
Hard Liquor Shorty.
Hard Liquor Shorty, Hard Liquor Shorty.
Hey, you know, I want to say it on camera. That record live from the gun line should have stayed.
Man, shout out to Uzi and that was the Ham Mercy click, man. Yeah, Uzi.
Hermes,
I believe Yeah, Lil Mook at the time, now Hard Liquor Shorty, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was one of my favorite. That was one of my bad. I like that bad motherfucker too, man.
Yeah,
I
went
look
to it.
Yeah, man. I was fucking with it. I don't know what happened. Can we get Gunline back on?
Can we get it back?
Can we get
Gunline?
Get it back on YouTube, man. Get it back on the.
Who's your favorite from your part of town? You know, to work with? Fat Mac. You know, of course, that Star Shit record.
Yeah.
That was in Edge Hill, right?
What's that? Say that again.
This video was shot in Edge Hill, right?
What Star Shit? Nah, that was on the north side. That was Cheatham Project.
That was Cheatham. Okay.
Yeah, that was Cheatham. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, man. Fat Mac, me and Fat Mac always get together. Lacey, man. Fat Mac, he got some storytelling, motherfucking. Man, he got some shit that ain't really just even been touched that I personally hear. Dude, I always be a beast on that motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah, I always be one of my go-to guys.
Yeah, he seemed like he down to go every time.
Yeah, nah. He can get it done for sure. Fat Mac can handle that shit.
Baby Low Key, another one.
Baby Low Key, one hell of a first thing you talking about. I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
Baby Low Key, a hustling motherfucker.
I mean, you a hustler though.
Yeah, but nigga. So when y'all see, that's what I say. Joe Johnson molded me. It was people with guys like Baby Low Key. It was guys like, you know what I'm saying, Oak Town. There was guys like T.Y. It was guys like, you know, them people molded that hustle. But when I say his hustle is relentless, man. When I say that about Baby Low Key, you can tell him no. He gonna find a way to make it happen.
I like that.
Like no matter
Don't
what.
tell me you can't. If you can't get out.
See, this is what you gotta understand with hustles too, man. And this is why I say it's molded. What I like about Low Key Grind is what he'll do is you ain't gotta have a platform where, you know, they can be drug dealers, but he a hustler.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We
not the same.
take the drugs out of it,
right.
and my nigga gonna still get it.
4 or 5 hustles.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he gonna make it happen. Yeah, so big up to Low Key, man. You know, that's one of the big homies in Joe.
Old time, that's a fallen person that's from your past, right?
Yeah.
R.I.P. on your hands.
Yeah, I got Oak Town tatted on my
What
hand.
does somebody do? How does somebody have an impact on the individual so hard that when they cross over, you immortalize them on your hands forever? On your body in period, because you have your grandmother as well, right?
Yeah, I got my grandmother.
That makes sense, you know, as far, but as an individual, you know, that just kind of molded you, you know, gave you the game.
Well, like I say, man, this shit deeper than just the hood. It's just that, like, it ain't. When we say Joe Johnson, you speaking on my immediate family. You know, outside of my immediate family, that's my extended family. It's always like this. Like somebody in my hood is gonna be related. If it ain't related to me, it's gonna be related to that person, and then we share mutual family members because it's generations of people that come from that same neighborhood.
Sure.
So with Oak Town, it's just like, man, that was family. It was like, you know, I come in that man's house, I can go down and shoot pool. I know his kids, I see him come up. You know what I'm saying? So
talk about the Blue Store.
The Blue Store. The Blue Store was just it was two stores, a couple stores, not about 3 stores really in Joe Johnson, but well, a couple of them depending on when you live there. But honestly, just the Blue Store was just shit. It was popping, man. It popping, man. It was just you pull up at the Blue Store, you got the pay phone there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit, you know, you can come out there, do your thing, cut that out. The Blue Stores just it was just always something going on at the Blue Store, man. You know, that's the front street. That was the strip. Right. So it was in and out. You go into the store, you got the barber shop on the side of it. You know, a lot of things went on in those little spots, man. And a lot of money was being made over there in them spots, man. So shit, you know, yeah, Blue Store is just like iconic with Joe Johnson on the strip.
Absolutely.
Man. Yeah, for
right.
sure.
I heard you mention that you talked about Oak Town picking you up and taking you over to the recording studio on Noblesville Road.
Yeah.
What was those experiences like on Noblesville?
Man, that was just Oak Town is you gotta holler at Oak Town and my guy Stink, man. They started Major Way Records. They really went, seen a lawyer, got there, like that was the first thing that popped off. And I say this on record, man, my favorite rapper of all times is DeAndre Suggs. That's Diesel. He's it's my cousin. He was an artist on Major Way Records. You know, shout out to 3DI, that was him, Wawa and Montdog, you know what I'm saying, Big C and Montdog, but they took a liking to them so much that they went on and signed them. You know what I'm saying? They went, got lawyers, paid for that, and they started their own record company, and that was Major Way Records. So when that right there took a toll for what it did, they had its course. You know, Oaktown was still the type of guy that younger people coming up under them or whatever artists, if he seen that you like and you rapping and he fuck with your music and he liked you, man, he took you to the, you know, come on, bring you to the studio, you know what I'm saying? Come up off that block for a minute, come on up in here, let's put some of this shit down here, let's guide it. And it was always a urge to try to get us out the hood.
Right.
That was the reason.
Right.
Yeah, it was a reason for us to actually fuck with this music. Like I said, man, I really didn't even care about this rap shit, to be all the way honest with you. Still really have mixed emotions about it. Don't really, you know, it's not really a passion to me no more. It was a job to do to pretty much get my peers another way to get out, another way to look and understand it's something more than life than just the block that we seen. So I really was trying to do that to make an impact with everybody else around me.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody can relate, you know, to that type of sentiment, to where it's like, you know, the world is bigger than just the neighborhood, just the enclosed roads that close it up. Mm-hmm. Forever T.Y., one of the records that, you know, I made sure to tell you to talk. T.Y. had to be somebody to you that raised you from young, right?
Man, T.Y. was the big dog on Joe. Like our family. When you think of our family and Joe Johnson, the impact, it started with him.
Right.
It started with him, like hands down. He was in that age group with the Big Tracy's, the Reggie Tillmans, you know what I'm saying?
People I've heard them mention a lot.
Oh man.
Big Tracy body on me.
Ah yeah, Big Tracy, man. Big Tracy was that nigga you didn't want to fuck with. He was that. Yeah, man, you know, God rest his soul, but yeah, big stepper, big general, big gangster, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so was Reggie Tillman. Reggie Tillman personally was like, that was the first person that I was so young, man, that was the first person that when they say death, somebody died, he was my first experience to what death is. I remember him, so it was some apartments behind Joe Johnson called Clinton. My auntie and my grandmother used to live there. So it was in straight up walking distance. You go over here, you in Joe Johnson Projects. So it was one of them, and I used to always get watched by my auntie or my great grandmother or whatever. And man, T.Y. used to come in. He always had Tillman with him. Reggie Tillman be with him. And his thing was he'd come in, me and my little cousin Kevin, he'll rough us up. He'd put hands on him, beat us up. He wanna see how bad we gonna fight back. Crazy thing about it, no matter how much we get him or fight him or whatever, we ganging him as little kids. Now when I say little kids, we ain't even started school yet. We were like 3 or 4 years old type shit. I remember this shit. As soon as we get done, we get finished fighting, he call us punks, whatever, rough us up, go in his pocket, break us off some bread. That was his thing, that was his way of showing love. Like, he rough us up, we fight him, we gang him, you know what I mean? He rough us up and go in his pocket out there.
He was real good putting the paws on you.
Yeah, nah, he wasn't really dead for it, but he making us tough. Like, it was our introduction. Like, nigga, when y'all come over here to these projects over here, y'all be ready to get down. Because, nigga, I'm fucking with y'all, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Reggie Tillman was that dude there. And then one day he just came back and I was looking for Tillman to come behind him and Reggie wasn't up. And he came through with a piece of paper with his face on and I asked him what that was. And he said, that's an obituary. We like, well, okay, when he coming over here, you know what I'm saying? He ain't coming over here no more. You know what I mean? I just came from his funeral. So like T.Y., all them, that like these were the big homies that raised us, man. These was the people that showed us what was up. And yeah, man, rest in peace, Reggie Tillman, man. But he wasn't nothing to play with neither. He was a donkey out here, real crazy. I mean, I'm talking about police stop you, he'll wait till the police get up on him, smack him, and then take off running, like one of them. Yeah, hop up on top of the dumpster, pull his pants down, say, as the world turns. Yeah, real ratchet, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where that shit come from, man. Right. So, yeah, like I remember shit like that about him. Yeah, man, love Reggie Tillman, man. But yeah, he was like right there with T.Y. for me.
Now those are influences, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And you talked to with on the Sean Gotti joint. You said that you had the opportunity to take whatever you wanted to take from them, as far as like lessons and morals. Right. And you had the opportunity to disregard whatever you wanted to disregard from them, saying, What was the one of the things that when after T.Y. had passed that you knew, like, you know, not even just because it was the youth and what he had impacted on you then, but just the man he was to you to lead you to write that record. And was the video shot at his actual funeral? Because it felt like
It definitely felt like I was in there.
Nah. The funeral when T.Y. died, it was unexpected. You know, he was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. I think he was fighting. I think he had like a massive heart attack or a stroke or something. Man, he was in there, and so he was fighting. You know what I'm saying, for his life. Situation got worse. He eventually went on and died, of course, but that's another thing. That's what I'm saying. Like I was done with the music. I had no reason to do it
at that point in time, right?
Yeah, at that point in time, it was like I hit my guy Charles Robinson, man. Shout out to Charles Robinson. Give him a shout out, man. I hollered at him and I was just like, look, I don't know what, when, but the funeral finna be here. You know, like Saturday, man. I need you to just bring the camera out. I'm finna do something. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I went over with his mother, my auntie. You know, got permission. You know, she was like, "Go ahead, baby, let's go." And I did it. So, as far as the question, as far as you know, what type of impact he had on me, family oriented, man. I mean, when I say family oriented, some people may look at, you know what I'm saying, like my cousin, like, man, he might have. He showed me what being rich with realness is, man. And when I say that, when I mean that, like he's a certified millionaire in my eyes, if there was a definition of it. And I say millionaire.
I think we just coined that phrase,
Yeah, millionaire, man. He rich with realness because he will. I done seen this man numerous times. Somebody asked him for something, a family member, it don't even have to be. He'll go in his pocket, knowing that's his last, absolute last. Give it to him and say, fuck it, I'll get it back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He invested in people, so he was always rich that way. And I just felt like, man, you know, with everything that was going on at that time with certain family members and certain people, I just feel like I got to get this part off my chest and show what he meant to me and the influence that he had on me. And, you know, at that 409 16th Avenue North, baby, that two bedroom project shack. And people don't know their struggle, man. We were sleeping on floors, we were sleeping on couches. Whoever went to sleep first, that was the first one that got the bed. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, we were tight. Yeah. Like you couldn't come out, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't trade that experience for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody, those were the best moments in my life, man. I know I can never get that back. So yeah, I just felt the need to share that. And you know, he was what we would call a father figure to a person that didn't have a father. You know, he played the role of a big brother at times because he was, you know what I mean, he was funny, you know what I'm saying? He would get on tools, but at the same time, he's a silent beast, silent killer, man. You play with him, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
he had multiple acts.
Man, he had multiple acts. He was that guy that you would want to pursue and want to be like because you couldn't really find nothing wrong with him. I mean, everybody loved him, the hood loved him, they respect him. And shit, strong as a goddamn box. I done seen a nigga grab a nigga with one hand, by the size of Big Freeze size, and hold his ass up with one hand, beat the shit out of him with the other. Like, man, like, he was a motherfucker, man, big gangster, man.
You definitely conveyed your respect and your love through that track.
Yeah,
so, I would ask, like, who chose that sample? That was a hell of a sample to use.
Yours truly, man. Truly, man. So shout out to my guy, gotta give a shout out to my guy who made that track too, and my nigga Jizzle, man. John Jizzle, Networkers. Anytime to this day, if I got an idea or anything of a beat, he got so many on me. Man, when I tell you that guy, sit down right here next to me and bring a track to life. I sat down. I told him how I wanted that track.
And it had to be moving quick, right? Because you done.
Man, no, actually the track, like, even though I wasn't inspired to do it, I was still probably just getting these tracks, like, at that particular time, I was gonna get that track to Hard Liquor Shawty. He wanted it. Yeah. Like I let him listen to it, just listen to certain shit. I was gonna give it to him. But when T.Y. died, it was like, nah, I need to keep this motherfucker for myself because now I know what I'm doing with it. You know what I'm saying? I know that track was made before he passed or before he even got sick. But I see how God be working, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like when I heard it, I was like, yeah. and I got to use that motherfucker.
You know, that's something that I didn't know about you. You know, having you know, the luxury of being a friend to you for almost 10 years now. I didn't realize how much God path you recognize and played a role in your life until this week preparing for this interview and talking to you. You're very big on that. You really believe that.
Oh man, for sure. I mean, listen, man, you talking to a dude that I don't do no drugs. Got no need to. Never
been high.
Like I said, man, I studied a lot of what was around me. Shit was all around me. And I wanted to be the best me that I could be. So I subtracted and I added to a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And I just looked at drugs was a way to get money at one time in my younger mind. Cause I didn't really know too much better, you know what I'm saying? It was a quick come up for me. But of course the consequences that came with it, you know what I'm saying? You either gonna get right or you know where you're going. But anyway, that right there, man, you don't survive what I survived. You don't come from where I come from and really look at life and understand that it's something bigger than this. Something bigger than this from way back then. Like I always been that curious child that asked those questions like, you know, who Grandmama Trisha mama? She said Grandma Nancy. Okay, well who was Grandma Colleen, Grandma Nancy? Well who was their mama? And I always want to know, well who was the first mama? I'm asking this question at 4 years old, you know what I'm saying, before I even start school. And my mom said, now well, you know, it's God, baby. God created us all. And ever since then, I think it took a part of my life, me not knowing my actual father. It made me feel the need to like go on that search spiritually and just realize, man, I was connected. Like I could visualize things in my head, and before I knew it, it started to be my reality. And I just kept on doing it and kept on. And it's like when I realized certain things that I would think that didn't happen right when I wanted to, it was God preparing me for something else. You know what I mean? It was a different vision. Like I don't change anything. I don't change anything that happened. I love it all. And I just know, man, that like when you have a relationship with him, it ain't nothing you can really explain to people. But when you have a relationship with him, it's just like a preacher can't tell me.
Word.
Different.
Word.
You see what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody explain.
Nah.
Show God.
With God and between you and God.
Yeah, it's not big on religion. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm a Christian or I follow a certain path. I'm the guy that goes off experience and relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I go off of it. So I don't care if you're a Muslim, a Christian, whatever you call yourself, a Catholic. How is it that we got all these different religions, but we supposed to have only one God, right?
God.
So like I was told at one point in time that if you didn't get baptized, you won't go to heaven.
Absolutely.
And I was like, nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that because we got babies that don't, you know, they ain't made a sin. They were just hit. And they die at birth.
Well, they get a free pass.
Yeah, they get a free pass. But, you know, I think the big thing is he put into us, you know, when they say, you know, I do reference back to the Bible. I do look at certain things because I won't understand it. But that's me searching for that relationship. Yeah, so when I look for these stories and, you know, they say, when you bite into the garden of knowledge and you took a bite out the apple, well, I got my understanding was we got the opportunity to get free will. So when he gave us free will, he want to see who gonna go out and look for him, who gonna have the will to travel towards him.
Right.
And the life situations and experience that I've survived and been through and look, that wasn't nobody but God. So I owe him everything.
You get survivor's remorse.
I've never heard nobody say like that.
No, that's dope, right?
Yeah,
no, he's very
because I'm speaking from their heart. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's a real. I don't know how to do it no other way.
A great philosopher said, Tupac, take an O out of good is God, put a D in front of evil is devil. Whichever one you walk closest to in life is where you go. That just makes sense. You know, that's that philosophical type of thing. You have survivor's remorse sometimes. You know, being from where you're from and you knowing all the people that's not gonna celebrate their birthdays, or maybe they celebrate their birthdays in a cell. You know,
I have sympathy, of course, and I pay my homage because don't nobody know the time. But I understand, going back to the experience and the things that I survived, I could have easily been in the feds. I could have easily been doing 25. I could have easily be dead. I've been through all those experiences that could have led me there. But I'm here. And I know it's a reason why I'm here. It's a reason why I'm here sitting down talking to you. So when it's my time to go, if I leave up out of here and die in a car wreck from this interview, everything else was supposed to be perfect. It went exactly how my life was supposed to go. I don't live life with no regrets. So I understand that if God took him, it was his time. When God take me, it's my time. I didn't know when I was gonna be born. You know, you got twins that was born at the same time. I mean, on the same day, but they born separately. Yep. 9 times out of 10, they gonna die separately. Right. That's how life is. That's God's plan. That's the thing. Us as people try to control so much. I hate the fact too that a lot of people wanna, you know, they'll talk about birthdays, but don't nobody talk about death. What they say, it's a song. It's a song called where everybody wanna get to heaven, but don't nobody wanna die.
That's what they say in the
people
Navy.
fear death even though it's supposed to be a peaceful experience anyway. Right. In its natural state.
Right.
Well, you know,
you gotta go through it, right? The G and G child.
G and G child. It can mean a couple of things, but it started as the chosen one, meaning like golden child. You know what I'm saying? But as I got older and set that relationship, and people always, like you said, just like you ain't never hear it broke down like it's God's child. Been related to that. Yeah, I'm God's child. Like I say, I'm so much of a God's child. Like Jesus Christ, my big brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel it like that.
That's heavy with transition because you go from a name that could be perceived as like an ego. You know what I'm saying? To call yourself the chosen one before you've done what you got to do to know if you've chosen or not. It's crazy, but in that journey to being God's child, you are the chosen one.
Yeah, absolutely. See, they feed like both hand in hand. Yeah, for sure. So there you go.
That's dope, man.
She on top of it. Yeah, that's it.
That's hip hop right there.
So now that's the business.
Once you start taking rap serious, or not, you know, serious.
When I started making money off of it.
Yeah.
I got a question about that because there's an understanding that a lot of artists that come how you come don't really care about, not really care, but you said earlier that you had lost a passion for it. Now I'm word like most of wireless. I'm not from this country, so when I got here, I learned how to speak, how I learned like it was from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Translating. It was all English to me, but I needed to hear the slang. But what happened was a lot of people nowadays just come out and they got the story. You got the story, right? Yeah. When you got the story, the labels just like that shit. Oh, you look like the part. You live the life. Cool. Yeah. We don't give a fuck about the words, but you give a fuck about the words. When I was listening to Forever T.Y., I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. You know what I'm saying? I was not expecting you to still have addiction about you. You know what I'm saying? Like the way you spoke, you like pastor damn near. You know what I'm saying? So the whole look and the whole vibe. Like my hair got up on my back and everything. It felt like a whole. Even the first clip, you know what I'm saying, 20 seconds of how you were speaking to. You know what I'm saying? Your homie on that bed. For me, I couldn't. It was hard, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get that opportunity to speak to my brother like that. It was hard. You know what I'm saying? Like.
So another reason why that album and that record was very important is because death is a worldwide issue that everybody can relate to. Yeah. Like everybody's gonna experience that. So everybody lost a loved one, and like I say,
hold you now. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. That clip you seen him on the bed. That was actually from an iPhone. Yeah. But I was feeling. I feel like God had talked to me. I didn't want to speak it into existence. So if you hear me talk on it, like I don't know what God's plan is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm so glad that He blessed me and His family with you, big dog. Like that was me saying my farewells because I didn't get to say that to my grandmama. So see, at the same time, I'm always that guy that looks at this bottle halfway full instead of halfway empty. Yeah, so I experienced so much death that I had to look at it while all my family was down. I had my moment. Don't get me wrong, I had my moment, but when they were down and out, I had to look at it with like positive in this thing. God, I'm glad you telling me that He's still able to heal. So let me go in here and have my peace with Him before you take Him home. Yeah. Like I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was able to do that because so many of the people I lost, I wasn't able to do that with.
So does that make you now into your rap career feel like now that you back, you have a newfound passion for it? Is that passion just that, your ability to tell these people what no one else can or knows the foresight to tell them, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, we all got similar stories, but it's the way we deliver it makes us who we are. So nobody's gonna be able to deliver my story the way I do. Mm-hmm. So I mean, the passion that I have for it, like I said, it comes and goes. It's not serious enough to me where it's like this is my only source of income or this is what I got to do. It don't mean that. It's just more of a, I do it for the ones that fuck with G Child about. I do it for my son who came to me and was like, you know, Dad, I don't want to play football. I don't want to play basketball. I want to rap like you, but you know, instead of coming to my games and coming to this, come to the studio with me. Do about 7 songs with me. Let's put this mixtape out. I can do that for you. You know what I'm saying? So I told him under one condition. You know, I know you cussing and all that shit behind my back, but you can't cuss on the track with me.
He damn sure want to make that clear. I had a conversation with him the other night. That other cat was out there and he was talking to him about being on this podcast. He was like, "Well, you rap?" And he was like, "I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna use profanity."
Wait a minute. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Who he said that to?
To the other, what's his name? The Blinky.
Yeah, Binky. Okay.
Yeah. He said it to him. And
he got 2 years in cause all he want to. They're not letting me hear him say it outside of the studio. You know what I'm saying?
They call it business.
Yeah, man. Like I told him today, man. I'm a father first, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's.
So, but
that's I can respect that. Not to cut you off, I respect that because, you know, some people make the mistake of like trying to be friends with their kid, and you know it's all cool at the, you know, to have that type of relationship. But at the end of the day, that parent-child relationship, those boundaries need to be established because that's how you have to respect that. Because I'm not your friend.
Right.
You feel me? I'm your father.
A lot
mother,
of people
whatever,
make mistakes like that, man.
Yeah.
You're right about that. I definitely see that. My son definitely got respect for me. I think his mom tell me, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, she like it's pretty much ready to hand the ball over to me because he's at the age now where I got to teach him. Be a man. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's a friendship, but it's also a line that, you know, we don't cross. You know what I'm saying? Now when he a grown man and he doing that, all I'm gonna do is just give him advice. But until that day, I mean, at 11:59, May 23rd, he can't say a damn thing. After that motherfucker turn 12 o'clock and 24, you can do what you want to do.
Let him live.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So,
you got another question?
I mean, just based on how you talk about your son and a lot of the young cats you with, what do you see yourself doing? Like, what are you doing now? What do you see yourself doing in the future for your people? The community, Nashville changing. Joe Johnson, I don't know geographically how long it's going to be able to be Joe Johnson. They just so old, you know what I'm saying? So if that's not there, how do y'all keep that heart wherever it is?
They sold the projects back in 2005, so it's over with. You know what I'm saying? They got the Crayola homes up there now.
Yeah, I was confused.
The red, yellow. You know that ain't nothing what you see there, baby. Ain't nothing like what we used to see.
But that's what I'm saying though. Even like, cause now I notice they
Oaktown right there, man.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite joints right there. When he pointed at the police. Go ahead, though, Alex.
Yeah, go ahead.
When they moving, you know what I'm saying? Because I see it happening all the time. When they move everybody around, do y'all still keep that connect? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, our hood always gonna be our hood. Like we still, like I said, it's always family. It's family more than anything. So yeah, it was there. But what's shit?
But for like the people now, you book back drives, you do any drives for kids or anything like that?
Yeah, well, me personally, I'm always, like I say, man, people look at me so much as a leader, whatever, but as a good leader knows when to follow. So I fall behind on my brother Fridge with that right there. He got some non-profit organization. Also my cousin Benny Cunningham, man, he got a non-profit organization. So anytime they call me to just give a helping hand, and I also got to give a good shout out to my guy Lil Chan, man. He a young dude from Joe Johnson. You know what I'm saying? He, man, sharp individual. He got a podcast too, called Dumb Genius.
Dumb Genius.
Yeah, Dumb Genius podcast.
Check that out.
Man, yeah, man. But he does a lot of things around Thanksgiving and give back to the homeless and
right.
So I might get in the kitchen. It might be donation, but to give you your time and put that footwork in, be a different type of experience.
That's when you discovered 2300, wasn't it?
Actually discovered 2300 at a turkey giveaway that my cousin had.
Word. 2300 Tay is his son.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell that story, please. The discovery of 2300.
Man, you know, some son always tell me he could rap. You know, he always told me he could do this and do that. And I'm always just telling him, you know, spit something. You know what I'm saying? Like I told him on the last interview, man, like spit something, man. And it happened just like he told it. You know, he wouldn't let me hear it, I guess, because of the profanity in it. And his mom and them already knew. So, you know what I'm saying?
That lets you know he put up
Yeah.
Mom already knew.
So he said, well, look, I'm gonna let you listen to something. And of course he hooked his phone up, played it. And when he played it, motherfucker, I was like, damn. I ain't gonna lie to you, I hit the brake. I had to stop. I said, cut it off. I whipped that motherfucker SUV back around that parking lot, and I just like, was I tripping? But let me call 3 more niggas over here. And like, y'all come over here to the truck, listen to this shit. And they playing it. And first track I heard was Respect Something. And that shit gave me a NBA Youngboy type of vibe, man. Yeah. He was rocking on that thing, and I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Where did you record this shit at? That was all funny. Like, what did you do with this shit? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, they got so much shit. Technology is a lot different from when we were, man. They had that shit on his phone, man. Oh, he was cold with this shit. And we actually had a producer out there. My guy Vonix, man, he listened to it and he was like, damn,
she think it's fuck.
This shit need to go up to the goddamn it like he need to go to school to even be a master engineer with this shit. Like he had that much talent to do his own part and do that. So yeah, it was
now
cool.
2300 is definitely dope. He was an interview.
Proud father moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He was we hopefully dropping this video today, but he was the one interview right before y'all came on. Y'all were 1 week late. Yeah. Now 2300 say, you know what I mean, and as far I heard your friend Gunsmoke say he's the sequel.
Yeah. Shout out to Gunsmoke, man.
I like that. I like that idea of being a sequel. Let's talk about some of the records like this one here. At the beginning of it, we just missed it, but at the beginning of it, it felt like an episode of Criminal Minds. Who put that together? Who was that the director thing, or did you already knew that you had something when you took it to everybody else?
Yeah, it felt like a movie. No lie.
I mean, let's just say it got some real true life experience. It got true events based on.
Oh, I can tell. It looked too. I thought I was witnessing something.
Yeah, man. This name it's called Still Joe Johnson, but it's slash Sniggalo Grind. Sniggalo was also supposed to be one of the guys that came up and showed up at the last video shoot. He was supposed to have a seat at the table, by the way. Yeah, but that's Sniggalo right there, riding in the car beside me. That's Sniggalo right there. That Suge Knight nigga looking at me. Yeah, it's my guy right there, man. yeah. Sniggalo, man. Sniggalo, man. It was pretty much some experiences. Like I said, some true events that happened in his life, man. So you know, it was just we just put certain events here and there and chopped them up from everybody's experience of life and decided to come out with that music video.
Earlier in the conversation, you had said Nashville was always one hit away, right? The Up Next. I always felt like you also mirrored that same analogy. You've had a lot of records over the years that was damn near there. I can't stand his ass. You know, that came with a clothing line behind it.
Yeah.
You know, and that did well from what I understand, you know, as far as what stopped that?
Ah man, that motherfucker was pretty much what we were talking about it on or off camera, but pretty much the same thing that Alex just said about the clothing line today or line of the brand that they was pushing. It took off so fast that me and Keiko, we never got a point that where we sat down. She wanted to keep pushing, me personally. So I take responsibility for that. It was me that said, hey, hold up. Hey man, we need to go see a lawyer, go do that right there. But honestly, we just never got back to it because if you notice, that was probably the last little album or whatever you heard from me. And my drive was pretty much out the window. But nah, we were selling the shit out them shirts. Yeah, like that. The motherfucker was gone. That shit was, it kept money in the pocket like dope days, man.
That phone started ringing more than the other phone, right?
Yeah, man, the motherfucker was getting off.
That's got to be difficult. You know, to stop something like that you know that is blowing you. One thing I've always said about you knowing you personally, that your hustling mentality. We're not talking about drug dealing, of course, just the different hustles you got.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know probably, but I feel like that's hurt G Child the boss. You know, from the person to the artist. That the man got his fingers in so many different projects.
Yeah.
Right? That G Child the boss kind of suffers a little bit, the artist. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have time to just keep dropping. You know, this is some classic shit right here.
Yeah.
You know, Billy kept this for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't, you know, one after another, two after three, you know, the no limit type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's because you got, I'm talking about, he breeds dogs, not cheap ones. You know, you got the.
Yeah.
What do you consider you making it? Because, you know what I'm saying, after speaking to you before this, you know what I'm saying, seeing the display
Doing
Max
what?
sent me, but what would, like, cause a lot of young dudes, they just, money, girl, you're obviously a grown ass man, you know what I'm saying?
cash
So you
flows.
got something different when success from this means something. So what that, like, as a grown man, what would you be able to look back on and be like, what do you want out of this? Because I know a lot of dudes that really good got the package, and it's just, they don't see, you know what I'm saying, the future. It's just something to do. And I feel like it'd be a waste, you know what I'm saying, to have a pastor like, you know what I'm saying, worry about yourself and not spread the word.
Right. It pisses me off actually.
Yeah,
it's not
it's slick pissing me off. I ain't gonna
you know,
say.
that's not more.
What's up?
It pisses me off that you know
Pisses you off.
that the fact that you're not to that next level, or you know, and I know the opportunities have come and they just wasn't right for you.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yo,
But-
man, if it didn't make dollars, it didn't really make sense to me, man. But to answer the question as far as what I consider making
$1 million.
it, nah, hell nah. $1 million ain't no money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
be
mean,
real with you.
millions.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, coming from nothing, that's good.
Right.
I'm not too bashful to say, but
You make
I
investments.
wouldn't sign my life. I wouldn't sign shit on the dotted line for $1 million.
It ain't resting your life,
Yeah.
man. How we
Man, I mean,
look
let's look at the economy, man. Come
Yeah.
on, man. Let's
No,
be
right.
real here.
Right.
You
But
know,
$1 million would make you sign in the next 2 years, right?
Hell nah.
No?
I wouldn't sign for $1 million
At all.
at all. I wouldn't sign for $1 million. I wouldn't let my son sign for $1 million. Reason why I say this is because let's be real here. Look what the fuck a house costs right now.
500.
Okay, so we gonna buy a decent house. You buy you 2 or 3 whips, and we ain't gonna say, let's say we buy 3 whips. You wanna buy your mama house? You wanna buy someone? You buy a house. Shit, you buy a cool little car, a decent car that looks presentable for a person of your status. It's gonna cost about 60.
At least.
So we got 560 going right there, right? Okay, then you know you paying taxes on some shit. You gotta get some jewelry.
Yeah. So
You gonna get some jewelry, I'm motherfucker gonna want, man.
I
You
mean,
gonna spend over 100 or 250 on that
What
shit.
if I say a meal on the table, so you can take care of that, but this much of your distribution, this much of your this, you get to.
Well-
Some people don't get to touch their distribution until they pay their meal back. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look, only way I can do that, and I can see if the way it would make sense for me, it would have to be a meal and something else for sure.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I would have to have the opportunity. That's why you say it's gonna be a different type of grind with me. We're gonna take that money. We finna get ready to go do real estate and do some other shit. We ain't finna just let it sit and ball out on it. We finna flip it first. So like we finna get to it. But at the end of the day, no, $1 million not no money anymore. Maybe back then when niggas was signing, it was cool. But no, that ain't the type of bread that I will actually chase. I really feel like us as legitimate entrepreneurs can touch $1 million.
50 Cent signed for $1 million.
Yeah, 50 Cent, but what is 50 Cent worth now? What have he
Right.
done with it? And then look
Right,
at the
right.
time frame he signed.
Oh,
Yeah, when he signed, I bet you 50 Cent wasn't signed for $1 million. We probably signed for $1 million now because he has millions, so it can be another $1 million added
Added to
on.
it, right.
But just coming up out the gutter, maybe from nothing. At one point in time, I think he did sign a record for a record deal with a different before he signed with Eminem.
He was a ghostwriter for.
Nah, he signed with a different type of record label. He signed with I don't know if it was Jive.
I think it was Cox.
It was Cox? No, it wasn't Cox.
It was whatever.
He only got $5,000 out of there.
Yeah.
He was in debt, but they dropped him. He said in one of his documentaries or something.
Right.
He said it. He got shot. It was over. Then he come back.
Right, because he was
And
supposed to
then-
do a joint with TLC or Destiny.
Yeah. That's how they popped up.
Actually, since we're speaking of 50, I actually see similarities within y'all thinking process, especially when he was like, okay, we ain't gonna let the money sit, we gonna flip. See the way 50 mind work,
he was taking it.
I don't even think he would even be concerned with doing music as far as like how other folks do music. Like he really into that.
Word.
He is evolved into like I make shows and movies and like that's that lane.
And that's pretty much that's what I'm pretty much on.
No, that's what you on.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm on right now.
He's saying like y'all doing the same thing because that's how he showcases music.
But yeah, for sure. But if to answer what I think, what I consider making it don't have to be on a music level. It don't have to be as far as famous or a certain catalog or people knowing you everywhere around the world. Nah, man, coming from nothing and poverty, bro. Making it, in my opinion, is when I die, I don't leave no debt, and I leave my kids or my family members with something to inherit, man, and level them up. If my son is a street nigga, and I was a street nigga, I failed because it's no reason why he should have to go back to the projects at this point. Because I feel like I wasted my time if that's what happened. So
It will be counterproductive.
yeah. We're not moving forward. I'm giving him the next generation a leg up. So just that right there, and dying with my morals and respect, man, and dignity. That's a win-win situation with me when I transition to the next life.
So it's bigger to pass on that more so the morals and respect onto your children, more so than the money anyway.
Man, for sure.
That's what's going. You know what I'm saying? That's.
People don't believe this, but I go by, money's like number 4, number 5 on my list. Like me personally, like number 1 is of course God. Number 2 is the category of morals, respect, you know what I'm saying, just characteristics. And then it's family. And I had somebody ask me, well, why do you care about the characteristics? How do you put that before family? Because it all follows in structure.
Yeah.
You know, it follows in structure. If you got God and I pray to God, what do I pass on? If I'm the head of the household, what do I pass on to my little ones? I got to give them something in the layout to go by. So that's my
structure.
Yeah, I got to give them structure.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because that morals and ethics, that shit really determine what family is. A lot of people think just bloodline alone gonna make you something. If they morals is not aligned with yours, you gotta be able to know that before you know that they family.
Absolutely.
People follow his family.
And that's why sometimes we go, like me and my friends that I call brothers or bros, we go by this thing where, love makes you related, but loyalty makes you family. We go by that for real because shit, we come from different walks of life, but we all relate with our mind process and our morals and character. So yeah.
I got some family niggas do just like a regular nigga.
Man, for sure.
That's money involved. That's why money gotta be number 4.
Yeah.
So before all that.
So and the only reason the money come in because I need to make a living and the money to provide for the family. You see what I'm saying? So yeah.
When you show you, man, you saying
So
I'm not fool. You feel me? Because family members try to fuck your girl, all type of disloyal ass shit, man.
Hey, it'll be there, man. It'll be there. But you know what? Family, I gotta love them anyway. I can't even be mad at the family. You gotta let the gal go and let her do what she gonna do. You know what I mean? Go get another gal, man.
It's all good. Like, man, you feel me? Like, because at the end of the day, like, shit, you did me a favor. The fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah, the one thing I learned about that is if they gonna take the girl, they gonna take the bag. They gonna take the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you see what I got, and you like it, and you want to take it, and you gonna do it with everything else I got. You know
I mean, a lot of people that I don't fuck with today, it was able for me to see some of the shit, the smaller shit, and I take notice, and I know how far I would like to deal with them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right.
So yeah, that shit was cool.
Exactly.
You gotta be appreciative to everything. Like I said, that's that connection with God. Though He'll talk to you.
But what he just spoke about, just the little Jody shit, fucking your woman. You had touched on again that I wanted to bring back up before. Being real, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said it's to
Being real.
Yeah.
Oh, describe it.
Yeah, you said it's
suffer.
to suffer.
Yeah.
And suffering is losing your bitch.
Yeah.
Suffering.
It could be.
is losing your money.
Going one way, you feel me? Suffering could be going without.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all that falls up under that.
It all falls back to the morals.
Right.
Man, listen, man, as far as that word real go, man, listen, it ain't confirmation. It ain't asking another nigga is he real or trying to verify what this guy's about or who is that. Because a motherfucker can tell you anything.
Yeah.
Real to me is, can you being real with yourself first? You don't need confirmation because you know who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like I give you an incident. I had a homeboy come and holler at me and was like, you know, this dude been in this situation, and you know, he's sitting here talking about he wouldn't tell if he was interrogated or he wouldn't snitch, but how he know that he ain't never been in that situation? Because you don't know who you are. You can't tell me how the fuck you gonna allow another man to tell you what you would do if you was in that situation. Do you know who you are? The niggas that break that don't know who they are. They was pretending the whole time.
Yeah.
You know who you are. You know you ain't gonna do that, because at the end of the day, when I'm done, I'm gonna treat myself and be so real with myself that I treat it like God. I see everything. I can lie to you, but I know what I've done, right?
You can't lie to
You know what I'm
yourself.
saying? I can't lie to myself. So at the decision of, you know, if I have to lay down and do life in prison or do whatever and go without something and do something and suffer a certain way, but I'm real enough to know that I did it, my decision, and I live with my consequences. I was real to myself.
Yeah.
So that's like,
Accountability.
that's what, yeah. As a man, it's just about being a man. So when I get in front of my creator, I'm not, this shit a test to me. Life here is a test to me. That's it. That's all it is. When I go, I know the instructor been watching me since the day he shot me here. My creator been looking over everything. What I'm gonna do? Get him to die and ask him to let me in the heaven gates and tell him, no, I didn't do that, God. You know I didn't do that. You know they did it. You know what I'm saying? So let's be real with it. So at least if it ain't no religion involved or nothing else, hey God, I was real to myself, as real as I could be, and seeing everything that I seen, and you know, live by the morals that I was taught.
Right.
Would you allow me to go into the heaven gates? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at life.
But you gotta catch it like that anyway. That'd be a red flag. You feel me? Like,
for sure.
how you know what you gonna say? I know what you would say.
And being from somewhere like that with the extremes that you used to living in, you know, you got people around you that, you know, you said that same shit in that interview that I watched. People getting you in all kinds of shit, and your loyalty was really fucking you up the most, because you was being loyal to people that was starting shit with whoever. Yeah. And then you was inheriting that beef.
But that shit came with growth. You know what I'm saying? Becoming more of a man. And like now, I got people to this day that have called me for some shit. Look here, I sit back and watch. I ain't gonna jump in that water with you. I got so much more to lose now. Back then, it was the projects. I can go back, live with my bitch or something, and go back to the projects. Ain't here no more. Right. I'm a grown man on my own. Got my own responsibilities. I got a household I come to. I'm responsible for certain things now. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I jump off in the water. No, it got to be for a reason of a family member. That, yeah, for sure. Like, I got to be able to understand that I'm about to throw everything away. Businesses, assets, whatever. I'm about to throw this shit away because some dumb shit you created. And the motherfucker had to realize, man, I got to be loyal to myself first. Because, see, I got life that's depending on me at this point in time, in my age, in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm tiptoeing on some grown man shit. What the fuck am I need to sit here and be, what the fuck we beefing for? Yeah. And then on top of that, nigga, if you ain't finna go out here and handle your own wax, I'll stand with you, but the fuck you coming to get me and you my age? No, nigga, you better be out there on the front, you know what I'm saying? Let me know you don't bust this nigga head first. Right. Then I'll be out there with you.
Try to at least.
Yeah, what the fuck you talking about, coach?
What we gonna do, bro?
Nah, nigga, I know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And go back to knowing who you are. Right. You know, it's a reason why they tried you and didn't try me. Right. Because they know what I'm gonna do. Right. You see what I'm saying?
What we gonna do, bro?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Absolutely, man. So
wasn't that in Joe Johnson? Wasn't that in Joe Johnson?
That's Joe Johnson been registered.
I'm talking to Manny about that.
Nah, we had a little incident.
Y'all got inside shit going on. What happened?
Okay. Fuck that.
Now, you ain't gotta say no names.
Nah, we ain't gonna say no names, but I ain't even gonna lie. Alright, so
they
had a little they had a tournament over there. I forgot what we was at. It was right off Jefferson, that little basketball court right down the street from that church.
So you talking about you ain't talking about behind Mary's barbecue pit. You talking about yeah, it gotta be. They had little shit over there.
Yeah. So they got a little tournament over there, right? So alright, so
that ain't Joe Johnson, by the way, but I know what you're talking about. That's Northside.
Yeah, we got
some Joe Johnson niggas.
Yeah. So alright, so like I said earlier, you feel me? When I came down from Chicago, came down to Mount Juliet, but I inherited a little basketball from the city.
Right.
So one of the like few people I ever say like I looked up to, you know what I'm saying? He had a little tournament out there. I went out there with him. Yeah. So it was a dude that went to the school, you feel me? He had the big head. He was the star. You feel me? So we get out there, and I can't even lie, like I learned a lot that day because you expose yourself. Like all the everything to me, you expose yourself. You know what I'm saying? You in the suburbs, and you know, I kind of downplayed the Chicago stuff because I recognized what I came to when I moved to Tennessee. Like I had the opportunity to have a normal childhood, like something that you know what I'm saying, you're not really getting in Chicago. So I try to take advantage of that. So like I try to downplay the bullshit for real. So you know, people talk it up. So now we in a situation where I'm gonna peep how you move. It's gonna tell me everything I need to know.
Exactly.
So we pull up with somebody I trust first. So we out there, you feel me? We blend in. Like we been there the whole time. Like we from out here.
Yeah.
And they pull up. It's the first thing I know. My homie say was like, man, what's up with your boy? I say, what? I look, boy, they hopping out. Mount Juliet basketball. I'm here, folks. Man, what fuck Mount Juliet?
Yeah.
Fuck Mount Juliet. Like, who is these niggas? So I'm like, all right, cool. Red flag number one. You don't never do no shit like that. Don't come to nobody good at a sporting event and make yourself announce you not from here. Like,
right.
Nah, just hoop, do your thing, and be low key. Like, ain't no superstar type shit. So we get the hoop, and bro doing all type of N1, round the backboard, throw it off your head type shit. Ain't nobody getting excited. I'm keeping the energy. It's really on some shit like,
what you think this is?
What you think this is? See,
you ain't never seen above the rim, huh?
You feel me?
Right.
So I ain't gonna cap. And I ain't gonna lie. It's double elimination game. We run the fool. Shoot, we lose the first game. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm me being me. Just me. I gotta hold me down. So I'm boxing out with a dude, you feel me? And dude push me. Ball go through the net, boom. I can't even lie. Just my instinct kicked in. The ball rolled by my feet. I picked it up, binked him in the face with it. Boom. So I'm thinking, I'm feeling, you feel, I'm trying to get the dude. Boom, I get slumped. My big ass dude, he was probably like 6'5", 6'6". I can't even lie. So I can't even lie, man. We get the whole type of stuff going on. My bro daddy pull out the gun, everything calm down. Blah, blah, blah. Like, my nigga, he get his shit split. We out there scrapping, he get his shit split. The nigga, bro, that basically was the reason we had even got into it because he was putting on this show, but he at the car with his hand on the door. The truck locked. He finna offset the truck. Yeah. Trying to get it to the truck, and I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let everybody know. Bitch.
Shout out to the Mon Craig, man. He got his OG original homie clothing line going out in LA. Yeah, solid individual. Yeah, that type of thing though. You know.
Damn, homie.
Yeah.
I can't even.
And Mount Juliet, you was the man, homie. That's what the fuck happened to you.
Nah, yeah.
Damn, homie.
That's a quick intake.
That was a day. I ain't gonna lie, we got so high.
Man, hey, man. Shout out to you though, man, because you're a real individual.
Yeah.
He had your own, homie.
Because I ain't even gonna lie, this was my thing.
He came back to school like you'll never believe.
It's not even that though, because like you said, I really popped out the whole situation.
Yeah.
I'm reading.
No, man, he bad for business back in the day.
I'm reading the whole energy, and I'm thinking like, all right, you know, yeah, I came with these folks. I ain't no bitch though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no nigga gonna bitch me, and you ain't gonna. No, I'm not going for that.
You better take the ass with him.
You feel me? I'd rather just take it.
Yes, sir.
At least it's statement. Nowadays, you not just that. You gonna
Yeah. And that's the type of lessons you learn from a childhood at Joe Johnson. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, you gonna whoop me, I'm gonna whoop you, but we ain't running.
Right.
Nah, we ain't running. We don't do that. Motherfucker run, you'll never be able to come back to the neighborhood. Your homeboy, he wouldn't have been allowed. They would have made his mama move and everything.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, like, people don't understand, though, like, when you from these type of environments, like, you can take a L and still get respect by standing tall.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
You feel me?
You
like,
a man first,
you
right?
a man first. Like, okay, yeah, you got your ass whooped, but you know, you ain't run from it.
Yeah.
And then don't try to come back the next day and fight again, like, oh, they got part.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. They ain't gonna be less out to try you.
Been there. I know what he talking about. I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So.
But that build character, bro. Like people want to skip steps. Like that's the thing. Like people want the rank and all that.
Yeah,
like,
no, yeah. That's one thing I just say.
One
One thing I say about G Child is he definitely came up the hard way, and even I'm talking about the career, not the person. You know, the careers, you know, definitely didn't take the easy route, and even in his life and time too, I would say. But talk more about these records here that's come off throughout the years. It's no longer around. Got to feature with Young Buck before, you know, right in the middle of his departure from G Unit, pretty much.
Yeah.
Was Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana was a Michael Jackson song. Yeah, what you want to know about it, man? What you
Well, let me just start from the top. You know,
talk to me.
When you heard the record,
talk to me.
She told me, he said, he called me. He was like, this was years and years ago. I don't know, how long ago was it, 16? 20, it had to be 2016.
I don't know, the motherfucker might be on this one. Might be on
nah,
this
it's not on that one.
Sure about that?
Positive. He
You
has.
gotta look at it anyway.
Go ahead. He said, because you know.
You're dead wrong.
It is on there?
It's on there.
I'll be there.
I would think I would know. This is number 3. Number 2 or 3.
You fucked up. That's what it was, right? Okay. I thought so they had to be 14 then.
Hey man, you can edit the camera. They ain't got to know that.
That's all right. No, that's all right.
They ain't got to know you messed up.
I'm gonna take it if that's what it is. I just thought it was more of a single. But
yeah. It was a single.
Right, but like just by itself, an isolated project. But you had he called me and he was like, yo, I want you to do your little Michael Jackson dance in the video if you want to, you know what I'm saying? You're like, I got this song.
I already know.
He was like, I got this song called Dirty Diana, and we definitely talking about that cocaine. And I was like, you know, man, you fucking up Mike's legacy and shit.
Man.
But
yeah, Bobby Brown and Whitney, baby.
When you commissioned Young Buck, what was the idea when you first made the record? Did you know you wanted to put him on there, or was that something that was just came later?
Nah, I feel like when I did that, you know, I think I was, you know, I think it was, I don't know who shot it. Oh, Charlie P. Shout out to Black Fly, man. Charlie P, man. Charlie P manages. Yeah, he manages Buck. And that opportunity kind of fit in where it was, and I had to, I think a lot of, at that time, I don't know if they were saying he was getting back with G Unit or what, but, you know, he had a price, and I was just, you know, had the bread. I wanted to pay him, get him on the track, and just let him do it. And, you know, I think I dropped 2 videos that same day. Matter of fact, I did. I dropped the T.I. joint, the sample, Never Back Down, and I dropped Dirty Diana. That's no longer on YouTube no more. I don't know why. I don't know if it was up on the Black Five's channel. I don't know if they had a difficulty or whatever, but they had to take a lot of it. I don't think I do got it, man. I think I might
There's clips of it on from a blog.
Yeah, it was WeBattle.com. They was there doing some filming while we were shooting the video. So it's that, but no, I don't actually have the actual video. Charlie P, I'm pretty sure still got it though. It wouldn't be nothing for me to reach back out to him and grab it, but yeah, it did pretty good for what it was, you know, at that time frame and when it was up there. But since it been took down, I really ain't got no need to.
What was your experience with Buck?
Buck is he's one of the platinum artists out of Nashville, man. Can't nobody ever take that talent away from him.
He was on Get Rich or Die Trying.
Hey man, do hard with what he do. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying. Cool individual, do his thing and shit. You know, just
get to Never Back Down.
Keep pushing.
I keep referencing the Sean Gotti interview, but you just had so many gems in that bitch. You had said that you didn't say his name, I don't think, maybe, but you alluded to it. You said that the love that he got, right, and the opportunity arose for the first time for everybody to turn against him. So that love had to be fake. Why would I want to be a rapper?
Who you speaking of?
I like to think you were talking about Buck. You didn't say his name, I don't think, but you said that.
I think I was speaking about the city.
Yeah, the city, right? Yeah. But I mean, you know, the first, but it's
they done did it to a couple of rappers. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? They done did it with a couple of people here. It was just like shit. And it ain't just with the music or the city. You just gotta look at life. Period. A lot of things in life, well, everybody will love you when they feel like it's opportunity or something they can, you know, benefit off of you.
Sure.
But the moment they hear something negative, you know, it's a saying that says, and you know, negative news travel faster than positive news. They say that all the time. And you know, yeah. So if it's anything negative, it's gonna get a more response because people can't wait to bring you down.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Especially if they built you up.
Yeah. So like what they say, Jay-Z said, they love you, and they hate you, then they hate you again, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, that's just facts, man. That's what it's on, man. So.
Oh, you do listen to Hov. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. You know, he got some shit to stand out now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, definitely he'll be billionaire for a reason.
Never back down. You really went to Atlanta. Now you got the sample from T.I.
Yeah.
What was that record? Look me, Motivation, right?
Yeah.
That's where the sample came from. You really went to Atlanta to shoot that video.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I went to Bankhead, man. Yeah, I just say, well, fuck it, we gonna go on and do it. We gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I shot half of it in Nashville, and I shot the other half from Bankhead. Now they was in the process of tearing Bankhead down, but yeah, we pulled up down that thing. We did our scene, did our shots, man, and shit. I stayed down in Atlanta, I think 2 days. Charles Robinson, the director, had a spot down there, so I kicked it with him. You know what I'm saying? And we shot the video, and then came on back down here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a cool experience, man. ATL embraced that shit.
Tell the story, man. You know, not a real big, you know, but it impressed me when you told it to me. You had bump shoulders when I think you was down there for the Never Back Down, or maybe it was another reason you was in Atlanta, but you and Young Jeezy had locked eyes with each other, and you know, he let you know. Go ahead, you gotta let you tell the story.
Man, we was just in a restaurant, man, in Twin Peaks, and it's just something. It's one thing being confident, but it's one thing when that energy kind of rolls off of other people. And I done been in the facilities and rooms where people that got more money than me, millionaires, people that got bigger statuses and all, but I always draw that attention where a motherfucker be like, who is dude? Who is he? You know what I'm saying? Right. So I don't know if you want to call it just a real one or whatever, but man, it was definitely where we seen each other, and he was made it a point to speak to me. Yeah. And I was, you know, what's up, G's? You know, playing it cool. Just was happening. Of course, I know him. He don't know me. Maybe I look familiar to him. Yeah. I don't know, man. But yeah, he just kind of got them and hollered at me, and you know, what's up, and kept it moving. I didn't stop and get no picture, no shit like that. But Boosie did the same shit.
Right.
You know, and got it. I actually got a picture with God, and we put that shit together. But Gorilla Drones was linking a lot of shit too, where artists was coming to Nashville. He'll plug me in, and that was the first guy that ever shot. He shot the Joe Johnson, Ben Ratchet, and shot the Joe Johnson, Ben Ratchet remix. So I still got good friendships and relationships with these people to this day.
Where's that video at? The
original. Man, a lot of shit, man. I think some haters might have reported some of that shit, bro. I don't know, man. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Like that motherfucker had the biggest numbers I ever had. Of course, that was the first video. Right. Yeah, like that motherfucker was up there, man, and that motherfucker gone now, man.
You always had that eye though, right? Michael Jackson, you know, was the first one that I thought really made short films as far as his music videos was adapted. Yeah. And right around the time I told you that I had met you, whenever I got your mixtape, it was still the hard copy version. Yeah. The thing you had out was Hood to Hood. Mm-hmm. And Joe Johnson's Ben Ratchet was getting ready to come out. And I watched Hood to Hood first. We talk about that in a moment. I watched Hood to Hood, and then I think the next day it was out. And I remember watching, you know, you sitting there and get interrogated by that dude that we both still know, and you know he played his role good. You know?
Yeah.
What's his name? You remember his name?
James.
Yeah,
James
the Crane.
Yeah.
But yeah, you smacked the cup out, and then you coming out on James Robinson Parkway, and then it took you right to the intro. You say you don't know what happened to it? Let's just yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it got reported or some shit. Like certain shit just, man, a couple videos that was on that platform got took down. I don't know if I just need to stick with my own channel type shit or what happened, but I'll make sure all of this shit could probably be a phone call away. Like I said, it just ain't my interest to go back. I mean,
no, you should definitely do it.
Yeah. Go back. Yeah. But shit, even if
you give me the phone number, I'll do it for you.
I do that. But Shit, even if it come back out, it won't have the same impact. I feel like
it's not for everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right? It's for certain people. You know, because music is a soundtrack to your life, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, that time that I was doing with the promotion, which is the first time that Frozen Phoenix, which was Frozen Phoenix then, now it's Phoenix Realm Media, that got the rub shoulders with you, was on some promotion shit.
Yeah.
And you know, that was that particular time I was listening and watching closely.
Yeah.
Couple of other joints, Dope Man Anthem.
Yeah.
Starts off with you looking at television, and you're looking at you on television, almost. I think it was for the Hood documentaries you was doing. You was talking with the Fridge, and then it goes into the thing the way you in the state.
Was that Dope Man Anthem?
That was Dope Man Anthem.
Dope Man Anthem?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was Dope Man Anthem.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Hood documentary, the reason why I go back and reference to a lot of that footage is because it is a story clip of my life. It is a story of the city of Nashville, period.
Right.
I think that Hood really shows. It was crazy because it was meant to do a Hood to Hood. What y'all seen on YouTube, that shit was just like a preview of what it was supposed to actually come out. But it was at a time frame where really the gangs really kicked off in our city. That's when it started to feel like, by no means I'm gonna disrespect the West Coast, because that ain't the same, or Chicago when it comes to gang, but it was where it got infested. That's when it really started to take off. Yeah. It was a different. Now gangs are everywhere, but at one point in time, you would go to certain parts of town and be affiliated with this particular gang or that particular gang. So it was a documentary of that. And what it was, the whole narrative of that was to show that we're not country music. Beware when you come down here.
Yeah.
Don't make a wrong turn off Broadway, my nigga. It ain't pretty everywhere. It ain't cowboys and hats, but we still got the straps. You know what I'm saying? So it was on one of those type let out type shit. Now, what it is, a lot of shit popped off during that time. And I had documentary that could probably got a lot of people indicted in cases, and the shit had got real crazy. So what I did was just held that bitch, put it up, made sure it didn't come out no more than what y'all have already seen on, because it was nothing to really incriminate nobody at that point.
Definitely put a disclaimer on there too.
Yeah. So we we covered the bases on that shit. But at the end of the day, like, now that footage is like historical.
Word.
And at this point, you know what I'm saying?
Statutes have went past.
Yeah. Statute people cases already done failed. So anybody that end up getting time out of that had nothing to do with shit that came from over here. You know what I'm saying? They had people wearing wires at the fucking gang meetings and shit. They were telling on each other. So, you know, like I said, you know who you are versus you being portrayed. The niggas that took their time and still locked up to the day, they knew who they are. They knew who they was and still stand on them type of principles. But there's other niggas that folded, that was pretending. And they had to, they deal with that. So basically, I didn't want to help. I didn't want to put anything out that could be used against these people while they was going through their time. So years and years passed, still got this footage, and now it's like, what can I do with it to get it out as a message? And that's when me and Fridge linked up, and it was like, yo, we got an idea. Let's, instead of going to these meetings, I actually came to him with it. And he would, like I say, I'll be rocking with bro the whole time. So when he come out, it was like, he told me what type of time he was on and what he trying to do with his nonprofit organization and everything. So I would go to meetings at that point just to support before I was really a part of what he had going on. It was just really peeping him, and I'm like, damn, he telling stories to the youth of his time and how he got in trouble and do this. Now, a lot of these youth don't know him, but they hear his story. But come on, it's like being in front of a teacher sometime, listening to the fucking class, and it's just boring. But now if we take this narrative and you can tell them what you used to do at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years old versus, look, nigga, here you go. Let me show y'all something. Yep. Then I'm gonna take your bitch, I'm gonna make it interesting. I'm gonna make it where you wanna sit down and watch it. And now it's like, damn, but the whole time we done slid the message in like Pop.
I tagged y'all in that. You watched that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The one on Instagram. It was just a commercial of a documentary that's coming. They actually got really big.
Facts of Life.
Facts of Life. Right.
Facts of Life.
Yeah,
The Facts of Life, man.
Somebody was definitely shaped up on that, and it was it looked damn good for it to be
Nah. We in the mix with right now trying to we trying to wrap it up. We only got really 1 or 2 more scenes to shoot on that. Actually, it's still in the works, but we got some on the mix that we just gonna try to see what's up with Netflix with that shit. We got a little avenue that we probably gonna try to push with that. So yeah.
That's an amazing thing. But back to the hood. You was if you don't know, go watch it. You know, it was definitely a map. It was almost like a GPS of the city.
Oh yeah.
As far as gangs and stuff. For you, you know, what does that mean for you to be able to showcase that part of your time in your city?
It was just reality. It's the shit that we grew up around. That was us.
Is there ever any kind of precaution? Well, obviously, you know what I'm saying, you took the precautions initially, but moving forward, now we talked about the RICO stuff, you know what I'm saying, with everybody out here getting, you know what I'm saying, getting what they getting. Do you feel like your persona, your past, you know what I'm saying, your present, your people's past, do you think that's still a shadow that follows y'all when y'all figured it out? Y'all got the disclaimer?
Yeah. I mean, for one, a lot of things that I deal with, it's on a level where me and the individual or the people or the family, we've already discussed. Right? So when that right there, and then at the end of the day, you gotta remember, I'm an older cat, so I'm dealing with people that already done been through their trials and tribulations. So at this point, we just telling their story. I mean, we just putting it out, but we're telling their story not to glorify the bullshit, just to help another young youth member from going down the same path. Because what I'm realizing now, we gotta provide these dudes with not just a no, don't do this, but no, don't do this. And look, here's another way to do something to make some money. Here's another way that you and your family can eat without having to take those type of chances. So yeah, like I'm not concerned about anything like that. You know, we ain't part of no gangs. We pushing good shit right now. We just being the spokesman of the lifestyle that we came from, and we are the guys that was blessed enough to make it to a point to live long enough and be free to go back and put that helping hand on the people to try to change their lives and keep them from making the same mistakes that we did.
So do you,
or didn't do.
When you talk to the young niggas and stuff, because I know you know what I'm saying, when you mentor them, do you let them know that, because y'all just spoke heavily about Pretender, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One thing y'all spoke about was how that experience that you, for me, I personally feel like when you real, it means you're honest with your current experiences, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't take on another person's experience and claim mine just because I heard the story long enough. And
Right.
A lot of
Absolutely.
young niggas I see nowadays, they don't need to do that shit. Like you said, why would I be a street nigga just so my son could do that?
Yeah.
They hear, like they gonna watch the documentary, they're not gonna see the after effect. They gonna see, oh, he got it. He was, you know what I'm saying? Then nobody fuck with him at this point in his life, and they want to be able. I feel like what they want is to go through that bullshit that they're currently in, to be able to get to where you at right now and look back on it and smile at it.
But they gotta understand though. See, here's the difference, and I think I was making this documentary pretty much about Fridge and B100. You had two choices in there. B100 is no longer with us, so that was the death.
Yeah.
Then you got jail. Fridge gave 10.5 years of his life because he was the type of individual pretty much that just took what he came his way and been a man and accepted his responsibility. And he didn't bring nobody else down with him. He did his time for that. So being a part of the lifestyle where they went to a gang, they were gang members at one point in time.
Yeah.
This gang cost them because of the position and the power that they had, either dealt for jail, right?
Yeah.
So he pushes me to speak as far as me, because I'm the guy that came up in the same environments as them, right there next to them.
Yeah.
But my choice was I didn't become a gang member.
Yeah.
And I always kept me a job no matter what else I had going on in my life. I kept me a job, even if it was part-time. I tell anybody, it might have didn't keep me out of jail, but it definitely kept me out of prison.
No, that's a good point that you
For sure.
hit on, because
Yeah.
a lot of people, you know, we talked about it talk about it with all y'all is they assume that you are part of the game.
Yeah.
They quick to assume that.
I mean, boy, I've been hearing that shit for a long time.
And, I mean, you know, you can't blame them. But, you know, so you're saying none of that?
Nah, none of that, man. Man, bro, listen, it's so funny. I get up, I go to the club, and to this day, people grab my hand, they'll grab it a lot. I feel them trying to get ready to shake up and give me the pitchfork or something. So I take it, I lock it. Then they think I'm just locking the G. No, I'm not locking the G. I'm keeping you from shaking up, man, because I'm not. Yeah. Listen, man, we done made an announcement. My bro Freeze done made it. I done put this shit on Facebook, bro. These niggas, I think if I was, God forbid, if I go to penitentiary, these niggas would give me the compound. And I run the whole goddamn thing. And
just based off rumors.
Just based off rumors, man. Nobody would even question me.
You actually talked about a story.
But to clear the record, yeah. I'm not GD, never have been. I'm not Crip, I'm not anything. I want to go back to what Frank Lucas said back then. I represent me. That's who I am as an individual. I'm a man. That's me, man. Now, there was at one point in time, at an early age, well, of course, gangs was coming at me from all angles, and they wanted me to be a part, especially at a time where I was in Job Corps. I didn't graduate from any metro school. Anybody ever tell you they went to high school with me? Get the fuck away from them. They're goddamn lie. They want to associate me with Joe Johnson, so I went to PRM. I didn't do any of that. I got put out of metro school. I had to go to Job Corps.
I used to. What you put out of metro for?
When I got put out for fighting, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got put out for fighting. Went to alternative school. I could have returned back in the year, but some shit happened with the living conditions in my family, and they ended up having to move to Clarksville. So when they tried to transfer me over to there, Montgomery County, when they ain't never seen a record like that, they're like, hell no, this alternative school for kids that caught smoking or some shit. Like, he can't come here. So, you know, mom had to do what she had to do. I had to pretty much set out of school for damn near a year. And she signed me up for Job Corps. I went to Morganfield, Kentucky, and you know, I just want y'all to know, that Job Corps commercial, it's a motherfucking lie. It's not happy, it's not there. Two people got knocked down in that motherfucker while I was there. You just picture, but that was another introduction to me in my life as manhood. Being 16 years old, and college and Job Corps set up for a child to go from 16 to 24. Right. So I was in the bathroom fighting grown men at 16 because of who I was, respect. I want to be respected. You can't talk to me any kind of way. So being in that position and watching how I handle myself, it was like some G's did approach me. They wanted me to get down. They're like, you already on watch. We got you, bro. We got you, bro. We'll put you down. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wanted me bad. There's some Crips. Here's the thing. When you're dealing with Job Corps, bro, listen, Job Corps is like, the best way I can explain it is feds in a college campus. That's all. It's a mixture of both. Because you got gang members from Chicago there. You got people from Memphis there. You got people from Florida, California. They all here. So we already troubled kids. So all we know is these troubled kids, females fucking on campus. We got niggas over here gangbanging. It's going down. You know what I'm saying? So that picture, if you concentrate, but just thinking we couldn't get it in high school in our own county. You gonna put me out here in the woods where it's really going down, where everybody else is like me. But yeah, I was able to get a trade about it though. But I was at one point in time, I was at a point where I was considering joining the gang, and I'm glad that I didn't, because I was gonna go ahead and get set down with the G's, but they were beating on niggas in that motherfucker, and they were like, when it came to my turn, we were like, look here, G-Child. It was already calling me G-Child then. You know what I'm saying? It was like, look here, G-Child, these guys, we doing this shit really for fun, because these niggas gonna have to go back home and get set down on the count. But if you go home every weekend and your hood already, GDs and shit over there and Joe Johnson, you can get put down on that count. You know what I'm saying? And then, you already official, because we just beating the shit out of these niggas in here. We just going with the fuck we having fun. We ain't got shit else to do. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, okay, cool. I go home, I'm hearing back for it on the weekend, and it's like, my family members, I'm in a house full of Crips. They ain't really, hold up, nigga, what you doing wearing your hat to the right or something? They ain't really feeling that shit. So, not only that, T.Y., family man, back to him, oriented. Look here, we was the family. So, you gonna do this, at least goddamn it be what they is. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want nothing to draw that itch. But I couldn't see myself turning my head to the left or putting on, you know, because they didn't reach me first. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was these guys that had reached me at this point. But they was into it with some G niggas around our hood, and you know what I'm saying, they end up being, you know, over with and done and nipped in the blood. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, if I wasn't gonna be this, and I'm not gonna go against my family. I don't give a fuck what I am. I'm gonna be with my family first and foremost, because that's how we was raised. You see what I'm saying? So now I just decided, like, at that point, now I don't want to be anything. And then I had enough, like I said, enough respect. Well, it was cool, and I see how God played it out, because I was the nigga in the neighborhood or the nigga in the city that if two different ops had problems with each other, I was the mutual friend that they could call to get it squashed. So I understand how my role was playing out.
You started becoming that.
Yeah. A lot of people could, some things was out of my head, it went too far, but if I was able to do that, you know what I'm saying, I was cool with this nigga over here, then cool. Hey man, make sure this right here don't go down, tell him just me and him need to holler at us. Can we all get a sit down, man, so this shit can stop? I would do that. I ain't gonna broadcast and tell y'all was the reason why I stopped, but a lot of shit I was. And it was only a few people in the city that could do that, and I was one of them.
Yeah, I remember.
I have a question. Dealing with you being a leader in the community, and now you have another generation of youngins coming up after you, how do you teach them problem solving skills in this age of social media where, you know, you don't really apply that? You know what I mean?
Man, that's a battle, and I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of people are raised on just what they see now. They don't have a lot of, you gotta think, a lot of our people, that's why it's so important for us to get this documentary out, of Facts of Life with me and Freeze, because at the end of the day, you don't really have shit to go off of, man. A lot of people, I mean, there's so many kids on drugs at such an early age now, and I've never seen so many people that are rap, but it's okay to talk about what you did. And I don't give a fuck if they do approve the gun carrying laws here. You'll never catch me on this motherfucker with one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna have one of them. One of them convicted felon, but for two, even it was taught to us not to be cool with this shit. Listen, man, I come up and to this day I will go by this. You will not see me with a gun unless I'm about to use it. You're not gonna know I have it on me. Oh law. Yeah, it's just that's just what it is. Like, if at the very minimum I'm gonna smack you across the face with that motherfucker if I pull it out. Because that's nothing to glorify. That's a serious thing. When a man pull a gun out and you don't use it, yeah, it's time to go down. It's gonna go down. So it's like so what I'm saying, it's hard. All I can say is catch them little niggas so early to a point where they ain't even thinking about gangs anymore. Like, I gotta catch you at the 7, 8, 5, 6, 7. Like, and by the time you're a teenager, it ain't too late, because that's the struggle that we fighting against now. But my answer to that and my reason of how I feel like I'm gonna solve it is I'm tired of talking. I want to put together a visual. Kids gravitate to social media, so I'm gonna put it on a social media platform. I'm gonna give you the killing, the shots, the fires, the jail, but I'm finna expose it all. I'm finna show you the good side and the bad side. Right. That same dude that was gang banging and going so hard for his clique, y'all idolize him. Now come see his mama 15 years later. Right. Come see her, come sit in her bedroom. Come see her when she showing her child up here and crying over his photo. That was and his birthday. Yeah, that was B100's mom that was on that thing, man. And she told y'all that death or jail. There's only two choices. She tell you, them people that was coming around with B100, they don't come check on her like that no more. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? These people are not coming to do anything for their kids on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get this shit out, because if we're blessed to live, I don't think they value life no more. No. They don't understand, like, it's almost a dream to die. It is. Now, don't get me wrong. I guess in the same sentence where they don't value life, I'm not fearing death. But you gotta understand, I didn't plan to live as long as I live. And I feel like that's why I'm cool and content whenever God take me. If he wants me to live to be 190, I'm cool with that. If he want me to die today, I'm cool with that. Because long as I'm out here pursuing that purpose and trying to do something to benefit and save someone else from going down a path or keeping them from going a certain direction, then I can go knowing I did something good. I was trying to do something positive. But at the end of the day, man, it's like looking at the youth. It's like, damn, I never seen, when we grew up, we wanted some money. We wanted to do this. We wanted to make an impact. These niggas just want to be a nigga with the gun and the gang and bang. Yeah,
so
that space.
I was just gonna say, like, for when we were growing up and you listen to music, like it was more so about hustling, the dealers and getting the money.
Yeah.
You hear this generation of music, like the user is the rapper.
Yeah.
The user is the rapper. And like, the dealer often might collect the checks on straight.
I mean, this is the type of shit that Tupac was talking about. They was saying the homos and being down low and being in the closet. He was rapping about shit like that back then. He was talking about the drugs and people not caring. He saw this shit. He saw it going that direction, and he was trying. But you gotta. That's why I'm so blessed to be in the generation that I'm in, because now. That was the music that gave us the uplift, and you know what I'm saying? We need to bring that shit back. And that might be more reason why I don't feel the need to like completely stop. I don't mind coming back out a little bit and dropping some shit.
That's what I was gonna ask you. We're in the 45 right now, right? Because what Jordan said.
You would come in number 9. Come back 45.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Shot the video last week, man. Talk a little bit about that. Talk about who was here and what they meant to you and what you got going forward.
All right, well, I already was I was already in the move of working on that mixtape with Son. Like I said, real father, real son. But Finesse 2 Times, man. He came out with them 2 tracks that get even. And I was like, I'm the type of nigga I chill for the underdog at all times. Like I chill for the underdog. Any nigga that went through a struggle and went through some shit in his life, like I relate to that out the gate. So he come home from prison, he on fire, I see the thing, I'm like, damn. But I hear the music, I'm in there and say, nah, this nigga going off. But he a young nigga, but that's music I can relate to. He spitting like, nigga, he raised in my era, you know what I'm saying? So when I heard this shit, I was like, man, I like this so much that I want to sit down and write something to it. Then I feel like you don't just do to get even. His biggest track is back in. So fuck it, let me do one of that bitch too.
You did that rather quick too.
Yeah.
I mean, that first off the block like a running back.
I mean, hey, when this, it ignited me. That's all I can say. But I did it, ran it down, and now the video probably be out by the time this right here come out. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna do some great numbers and do what it's supposed to do. But yeah, it was just more of me when I wrote the song. I got this thing. Well, I get the track. I might shoot that shit to a couple of homeboys or something, let them just get a feel for it. And the people I shot it to was people that I was like, look, I'm gonna shoot a video of this bitch, but look, only come if you like the song. Only come through if you fucking with it.
I fuck with that.
Yeah. And then
That was straight for me on straight for the record.
Yeah, for sure. And then I remember I shot it to pretty much everybody that came. Everybody that came showed up and they heard that motherfucker, so they want to be a part. But yeah, it was just like when I made that phone call to like my nigga Cuddy, my nigga Gunsmoke, Mooney, you know what I'm saying, Young, Tone. These are people that I said that listen. I want y'all to come, but the vibe that we putting out here is like I want real solid individuals to be at this motherfucker. This ain't about no rap shit. This ain't about this, but I just want y'all to be there if you fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? I already know y'all fuck with me, but if you fuck with this record, you know what I'm saying? Let me know, and if someone put something together, I want us to dress a certain way. We gonna get we're gonna get the proper respect that we do, that we owe, and we're gonna have to sit down at the boss table with this bitch. And I'm gonna split this track. And everybody showed up and we did what we do. Only one I didn't know or have a personal relationship prior to that video was ABK Gates. You know what I'm saying?
That was love.
Yeah, ABK Gates. My first time meeting him was the time he showed up to that video.
Likewise.
Yeah, for sure. And he came on the strength of another individual that I reached out to that's in the penitentiary right now. Free my little cuz GANGSTA, man.
When he was on the phone with.
Yeah. And he it was pretty much like, hey gangster, hey man, I see you fuck with the homeboy, you know what I'm saying? You know, reach out to him, tell him who I am, you know what I'm saying? Throw the alley hoop, you know, let me get online with him, see if he'll come through, cause I gave him a shout out in the song.
Yeah.
And shit, of course everything was history. He did that, plugged it in and shit, he came through and got some more plans with ABKK.
He hot. Shit. He hot.
Yeah, the nigga hot.
He the new one, you know, young one from the city that that's going. No, definitely. Where you at as far as I rap? I did a lot. You did a lot. You know, I ain't even talking about Pop That Pussy. That he tried to bring BET and cut back.
Yeah, they took that motherfucker out. They took that motherfucker out YouTube. You know, I had that when we went to a strip club and everything. So
yeah. I mean, I'm talking about that was probably the best video.
The real BET Uncut rap.
Lot of people. Yeah, for sure. Where that at? Can we find that? That's a
Black Fly, man. I'm gonna have to get Charlie, man.
I know.
Charlie P, they asking for the video. Bro, can we get these Charlie Boss videos back online, bro?
I know his little brother, man. He got the Black Fly on his leg and everything.
Yo, I was gonna say y'all remember Anthony's.
Yeah, right.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, so you know, definitely have to put that together.
Reach out whoever you need to reach out.
You go through Return to Cutthroats.
Yeah.
You know, that was Blackface that was on that front.
Yeah. Blackface the Don.
You got your man Weezo here on your second joint.
Weezo the Great, West Side OG.
And then you got a whole bunch of singles coming for LTY. That's the end, right?
Yeah.
I'm a hustler. Boss King Kennels.
Yeah.
Boss King Kennels is the breeding, dog breeding.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely reach out to you and whomever else is running that. Just 2,500. But
nah, it's starting price right there. That motherfucker's more than that now. Don't get me wrong. That's a family price right there.
Sheesh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That ain't one I want to hear.
Yeah, for sure, man. Nah, we ain't playing with them.
No, and then you got rapping. It's over with. It was really a hustle too.
Yeah.
Son.
Yeah.
2,300.
Yeah.
So that. Don't come to my folk. Come here.
Yeah.
You go, yo. I called him. Right around the time Billy and I started putting this thing back together. I reached out to Boss King Kennels because I knew I'm looking for him everywhere. I'm calling this guy. He's like, yo, I'm not him. He got his own page. Go check him out as my partner. You know.
Damn, I didn't know that Josh didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Josh, man. Why you didn't tell me Max was calling, bro?
Called him. We called a couple times.
For real, I didn't know that.
And then he was like, I'm not rapping no more. I'm not rapping no more.
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand, I got something popping, I don't know what to tell you. He like, I tell you what though, I'm putting this mixtape together, like real father, real son, and I'm doing it with my son, and maybe I can put you up with him. And I'm like, all right, that's cool, we take it,
I still need to look though.
Yeah, no, it was a great look, and he hard in the rock.
Yeah.
I told him, I tried to give some advice the other day. I was talking to him on the phone. I told him what I said to him. He was like, what did he say back to you?
Yeah.
I was like, what you mean? He said nothing. He was solid, quiet. He didn't say shit.
Man, yo, we're working on that, man.
Where you at now? You coming back? Why?
Man,
what relevance do you hold to the youth as far as?
What I'm gonna just say is, man, I don't want to just make it feel like people that I'm just coming back just. Since you love Jay-Z so much, we just gonna say this, man. You know what I'm saying? I just, I guess I ain't gonna never say never again. It's just, if I feel it in my heart, I'll push it. That's just pretty much what I say. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So you not back, but you ain't left me.
Well, yeah, I can definitely say I took a vacation, man. Yeah, I can definitely say I took a vacation. Yeah, it's just something that if it moves me, I'll fuck with it. I might even be responsible for some ghostwriting on down the line. Who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to be full-time dedicated. I got too much going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got too much going on.
Boss King Kennels, that's a good look for you, huh?
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? I got more passion with this shit. See, even people can tell you from way back in the day, whatever they know me from, they always, even in the project, they remember me having a dog before even the bullets came around. If it was just pit bulls back then, I had them. You know what I'm saying? They the most loyal creatures on earth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have more dogs than I got friends.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Man, I want you to know, man, this platform right here, as much as it is in growing, it is a solid one, and we love you, and we appreciate you, and we support you and everything that you do.
Appreciate
got mad love for you, and we want to see you succeed, because you know it's if there is anyone out here that should be your child of boss. You know, somebody that comes from levels of adversity that most people would never even think of.
Yeah.
To still now even make it cool to be a father. You know, you make it cool to be a father, but not only that, you don't make it cool to be a San Antonio fan, but you definitely.
Spurs Nation, big dog. Yeah, Spurs Nation.
Oh, he like excellence.
Yeah, Papa is a nigga, bro.
Yeah,
I guess he must be a different fan, man. Don't talk about Spurs like talking about Joe Johnson.
not the extended family.
Yeah, 25. Yeah, I've been on that court side in San Antonio. It was a great experience. I love it.
No, that's what's up. But Titans too, you know?
Titans pissed me off this motherfucking season, but yeah.
Yeah.
Still
Last season too.
I mean, it ain't even. I mean, I can accept the losses or whatever the case. I ain't really respecting the office standpoint and their decisions and how they made business and like they should have never let AJ Brown go, man.
Oh,
Straight up. You know what I mean? Biggest mistake ever, bro.
Well, shout out to the Cowboys.
Oh man. Shit. Don't fuck up the whole interview now.
We definitely.
Gotta go.
We definitely want to see you succeed, man, and I can't wait for the back end and Get Even records to come out. I can't wait to see the video that was shot to stand behind it. The director you used, as you said, it was your first time using it.
Yeah, my first time. Icebreakers, man. Shout out to Icebreakers, man. But more importantly, man, let me give a shout out personally to you, man.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Hey, y'all guys made everything possible. Like straight up, like, this man wasn't paid. Look at the camera. Which one I need to look
right
at?
there.
Look here, man. This man wasn't paid. This man wasn't. He didn't work for me. He did everything out of genuinely heart. And he didn't charge me a dime, and he did everything from just right here and believing in the art. You know what I'm saying? And he helped everything he can, him and his team. So I appreciate everybody. MAXX, man, he deserves a round of applause in my eyes, man. He definitely came through. Hey, man, and he did his thing, man. And none of this shit would be possible without him. Like real talk.
I'm definitely a part of the team, man, and we just want to see you succeed and. You know, coming up off of that, it's all the way gusto, man. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I can't wait till it come out. And I can't wait till it drop. And
yeah, stay tuned, man. We got now. Listen, man.
The Facts of Life.
Now the Facts of Life documentary coming. That's the shit we pushing. I'm gonna tell y'all what. I'm gonna supply a soundtrack with that. But I'm gonna orchestrate it. But I won't. It's gonna be artists from my city. You know what I'm saying? I know I got a little stain on there. I'm gonna reach out to ABK Gates. I'm gonna reach out to everybody that's hot, people that maybe not known as well as known. I'm gonna give them a platform to be known on if I believe in their music. So, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's young, that's doing your thing out there, you got some hard music, holla at me, man. We like I said, man, we got some networks and some platforms. We're gonna get that documentary out on. We plan on going worldwide with that shit, cause that story can be relatable to every child in America. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna definitely get it out and push for that, and at the same time put on for the city. So yeah.
Nah, man, that's a definite look.
We got a couple more videos in the cut. Like I'm gonna give y'all a good, maybe, you know, I ain't gonna tell you the exact number, but you know, with son on there and now, yeah.
Hey, go ahead, man. We breaking news
right out there, yo, man. We gonna. I got some for ones that fuck with my music and looking for me and checking for me. It's you got a little bit more ahead. That's all I'm saying. Not for too long, but yeah, you know, I got you. Cherish it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't give me the flowers now. Don't wait till they, you know what I mean? I'm gone and then, you know, and then I ain't know that nigga was that hard. Now, go on shit now, nigga. Let's go.
If I want to reach you to book you, how I find you?
Oh, you
Yeah,
know.
y'all go back and study those visuals because I ain't get to say this while we were with the visuals. Watching all of them, it reminded me a lot about Chief Keef. There's a lot of niggas right now, but Chief Keef is just they Jesus. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason I do this. So if y'all really want to be real, you know what I'm saying? Do what you know. This is your city. This is your city right now. You know what I'm saying? Like this is y'all OG right now. Don't look at Chief. Don't look. They don't give a fuck about you. Don't know you exist.
Yeah.
He do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. On it.
And you gonna pop the lock on the door if you need to. It ain't no thing to it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever to make sure.
Yeah, man.
Easy Classic Podcast.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it.